People have been asking me. A week later, still going strong. Great phone. The Indianapolis Colts will be releasing Peyton Manning. They will announce it tomorrow. And for all you Colts fans out there, you have to understand these were some excruciating or extenuating circumstances there. Something you'll never see again. If Manning doesn't get injured, you guys keep him for the next 3 or 4 years, and then you have to rebuild. Now, Robert Irsay or Jim Irsay made a smart business move. He's going to rebuild now with Andrew Luck. Smart play. You got to get rid of Manning. Everyone feels bad for him, this and that. Luck. You're a grown adult. Move on. Go to the Redskins. As an NFL advisor, I would assume and advise you to go to the Washington Redskins. That's what I would do right now. So with the Indianapolis Colts releasing Peyton Manning, it's going to furthermore develop their young quarterback Andrew Luck and furthermore enhance their future in rebuilding, which is a good move for them. I mean, in a perfect world, Manning would have retired and probably went to the playoffs every year and probably choked again like he usually does. That being said, the RG3 sweepstakes, with Washington and the Cleveland Browns being the lead teams right now. Now, they want Manning, the Redskins. They don't have no interest in anybody else but Manning and RG3. Now, if I was the Redskins, I would advise them to stay with the plot or the plank to get RG3, but they're going to go after Peyton Manning and hopefully they get him. Because if they get Peyton Manning right now, it will be better for the franchise. Although if I was in charge, I'd go after RG3. That leads to Cleveland Browns right now. There's a reason the St. Louis Rams want to dump this pick as quick as possible. Because they know once Matt Flynn's available and Peyton Manning's on the market, that pick's going to have lesser of a value than it does right now. Now, looking at the obvious with the Cleveland Browns and other draft picks right now, it would really benefit them to take a guy like Matt Flynn, if he's going to be good, which you have the Scott Mitchell syndrome, you have the Kelly Holcomb syndrome, and then you have all these picks you can rebuild. That defense is ranked number 8th in the NFL right now. God, would that be something? Rebuild that defense, sign a couple free agent wide receivers, and have Matt Flynn playing at a high level. But we're thinking of the future here. In the future, could see Matt Flynn because he looks like a beast of a quarterback. But I believe he's going to go to the Miami Dolphins with his ex-quarterback or ex-offense coordinator who is coaching Miami Dolphins right now. So would I sign off on the Browns trying to sign Matt Flynn? Would I sign off on that? Would I sign off to Mike Holmgren? Would I sign off on that? And to use our draft picks to further enhance our team offensively and defensively. Maybe that the cornerback at LSU. The answer is very tricky right now. Would I? I don't think I would at this junction because you know that you can get RG3 now after everything falls into place. You'll be able to get him a lot cheaper than you would have before. Now, it would be nice to have Matt Flynn maybe draft some defensive players and some offensive players. It would be nice in a perfect world. But RG3 is an explosive talent. He's a very smart individual. I believe he's going to be a superstar in this league. Is the risk worth the reward? I say it is. Would I sign off on trying to acquire Matt Flynn over RG3? At this juncture, right now, being things that they are right now, the way they stand in place, no, I wouldn't. Because I believe you can get RG3. But if the Cleveland Browns somehow got Matt Flynn, would I be disappointed? Not that much right now. Because I watched the game films of Matthew Flynn. And he came from LSU, a tough conference in college football. He's played against the best defense in college football, the fastest defense in college football. I don't know how he did in college football because I didn't watch college football. I don't watch college football. But being that he's faced elite competition in college and in the pros, and his 2 starts in New England Patriots, whose defense wasn't that good last year, and the Detroit Lions, whose defense isn't that good this year, but he's faced elite competition in the NFL. He's flourished. Every game he's played in the NFL, he's flourished. That leads me to believe the Kelly Holcomb syndrome. Kelly Holcomb was an elite quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. A game here and a game there. Pittsburgh, he threw for 429 yards in the playoffs. They should have won that game. But Dennis Northcutt couldn't catch a simple fade. And Butch Davis played not to win the game. 24-7 lead, middle of the third quarter at Pittsburgh, at Heinz Field, 2002, beating our rivals, and we lost the game. Kelly Holcomb never went on to do anything after that game. Nothing. But he did have some big gains. And then we got Scott Mitchell, who had a couple good years here and there, but he wasn't worth the money they paid him. So would I sign Matt Flynn? That's the question you have to look at. That's the question Mike Holmgren has to evaluate to himself and ask himself. Is Matt Flynn worth the prize, worth the money? Or is RG3 going to be a superstar like I predict he will be? The future could be very good for the Cleveland Browns, either way to decide to pull the trigger. But I believe at this juncture, you take RG3, you build your team around him. You sign some free agent wide receivers right now. I figure it this way. You sign 2 key free agent wide receivers. I know you got the money. Our defense is ranked 8th in the league. We can keep it going. We can get better. And I think we can take our chance. We don't take a chance. We get RG3. I mean, it's a tough situation right now because I believe the Browns right now, especially with Flynn being a veteran, as I said right now, I mean, he's used to the West Coast offense, even though Green Bay has a different version of the West Coast offense than we do. Obviously, this works much better because they have better receivers and a much better signal caller than our high school quarterback turned pro, Colt McCoy. So, being that Flynn Flores is in the West Coast offense, it's a very tricky question right now. Do you want him in the Cleveland West Coast offense? Which obviously would be a better fit. He throws a nice deep ball, this and that. It's a very slippery slope right now for the Cleveland Browns. You have to look at it this way. What do you want in a quarterback? I say we go after RG3. It's tough right now because I'm bashing my head right now on the table right now. I want RG3. But Matt Flynn didn't look good, and we can further develop our defense and our offense. But we have money to sign key free agent wide receivers right now. We can get them. We can relegate Colt McCoy to a second-string quarterback, or possibly third-string, because I really want to see a high school quarterback like Colt McCoy being a second-string viable quarterback in this league. But that being said, would I sign, the whole point of this video is would I sign off on the deal to get RG3 or to get Matt Flynn? I would sign off the deal right now if I'm the general manager of the Cleveland Browns. I'm taking RG3. My backup plan would be Matt Flynn. I would make a push for Matt Flynn if I knew I had no interest in RG3. But if I have interest in RG3 right now, I sign everything I can to get him, but I'm not going to risk everything that the St. Louis Rams want because that pick is becoming less valuable as the hours go on and towards Peyton Manning and Matt Flynn being available once they're signed. That pick could all but be yours. You have to take a roll of the dice right now. Do you go after him? I mean, because if Washington takes Manning and Flynn goes to Miami, basically RG3 is yours. But if Washington don't get Manning, then you're going to have a two-way battle for RG3 sweepstakes. And Mike Shanahan, knowing that this is his last stop, although I heard he's not the general manager, that's a good thing. Because if he's the general manager right now, he would pull out all stops to get him. You're going to leave yourself in a real pickle right now if Washington don't have a chance to get him, if they don't take Matt Flynn or Peyton Manning. If they don't take Peyton Manning, you're going to leave yourself in a pickle. You're going to have a bidding war. And at which point you have that bidding war, you're going to have to throw all your cards on the table and take RG3, whatever it takes. But if everything falls into place, like I surmise, and Washington gets Manning, and Flynn goes to Miami, you are all but assured to have RG3. Probably with not that much. Not as much as St. Louis wants. I mean, if I was St. Louis personally, I hope they don't see this, but they probably will. I would scrap Sam Bradford, trade him if you can find someone to trade for that big contract, and take RG3 on AstroTurf. But the brains in St. Louis aren't that smart, I guess. Thank God, thank God. I might have cut that out because they see this, and I know they will. If they see this, and I know they will, they might start thinking right now, well, maybe we'll trade. And I know the Browns would have interest in Bradford. God, why do I open my fucking mouth? Because Pat Shermer was the offensive coordinator in St. Louis, and I had nothing against Samuel Bradford, but I don't want you. And Sam Bradford's a great quarterback. I would never, ever trade Sam Bradford for RG3. Never. So St. Louis, you're smart. I got to shut my mouth right now because I know Fisher's going to see this, and I'm not going to cut it out either because I refuse to edit any of my videos. But anyway, that is my thing. Colts fans, sad day. Bright future, okay? What are you going to do? Have Manning come there, sit the bench while Luck starts? Certainly you're not going to sit Luck on the bench for 4 years. And I know Peyton Manning's better at this juncture, but it's time to rebuild. It's time to rebuild and move on. I mean, Peyton Manning, what did he do for you guys? Got you one Super Bowl, choking the other one. So, I mean, come on. Think about it. Is he an all-time great? He's a Hall of Famer. Not a top 5 quarterback. I'm sorry, but he's not. I mean, he's a good quarterback, don't get me wrong, but not a top 5 quarterback. The guy, in big games, let's just say, they had some protection problems. Remember that against Pittsburgh at home? Big favorite against Pittsburgh Steelers out 2007, and they lost the game at home. I mean, come on. Enough said. So that's my video for tonight or today, whatever I decide to put it up. If I'm the Browns, I go after RG3 right now. You have to go after him. You need a franchise quarterback to be watchable in this league. I mean, hell, you tried it with a high school quarterback the last year and a half, it didn't work out. Go get him. I'll guarantee it.